which is, when we believe a couple really belongs together, and boating when the people who write the show hate the people who watch the show. We have situations like Dr. Donna. It's not a thing. But they're good friends, not a boat. They would be more like a bike with 2 seats on it. A better comparison. But one that can go on water. But it's not a paddle boat. It's just a bike that can go on water. It works.
I like bucket wheel.
Jack and Nine, not a boat, but a ship? Maybe? It's up to you. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've only seen 1 season of Doctor Who. John laughed. But I don't know about how it works. But Tumblr
You mentioned Tumblr. What if there are no hills in my area?
In that case, I would suggest a road trip with 3 of your closest friends where you discover the true meaning of friendship.
So does the speaker recommend a steel tumbler, or would
A really bad plastic one that your grandparents like brought home and forgot? That kind of tumbler. Yes.
Could you explain why George Miller and Thunderdome is the one true pairing?
Wow, you reached there.